And if to provide an overview of the various.
Be a man of bravery, kaukweka seke kwaha. Be a man of bravery, kaukweka seke kwaha. This is what you are, kaukweka sahoka. This is what you are, kaukweka sahoka.
Good afternoon and welcome to the special broadcast of this midday slot of the NSCO 2023. I'm Ilago Shitatala and it is indeed a pleasure to be in your company. We are coming to you live from the mighty Oshana region, broadcasting right here from the Ongwediva Trade Fair Center. Now today we will witness the competitors go at it in their respective skills, and most have already started working on their projects for the completion as of this morning. So we can officially say that after the official opening that we all witnessed last night, the competitors and the competition is ready and everything has started. Now this afternoon, I will be engaging experts as well as workshop heads of the automobile, restaurant services, mechatronics, and water technology, which are the skills that we will be focusing on today, amongst many others that are participating this year at the NSCO 2023. However, I will not be alone. I'll also be joined by my colleagues, that is the NBC journalist, that is Emil Seibeb, as well as Selima Henok, and they are on the ground to bring us updates on the skills conference and that is currently underway right here at the Trade Fair Conference Center, as well as the skills exhibition. Well, we'll be right back after this. Well, as I alluded to earlier, today is the National Skills Ongwediva 2023 competition day 1, and the competitors have started competing in their respective skills as of this morning. Even where we are in the skills competition hall, I'm seeing so many activities happening. I'm seeing the hospitality people are busy at it, cooking something, and it smells amazing. The aroma in this room is amazing. The automobile section, all of that, the competitors are really busy with that. Right now, I'm joined by the NSCO Competition Development Coordinator, Justina Itembu, to talk to us about what the competition will actually entail throughout the course of the week. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Elago.
Yeah. Can you please provide us with an overview of the various competitions that are scheduled to take place as of today?
Yes. Like you have alluded to, the competitions have started as of today. Today is the first day of the competition. The competition runs for 4 days. So today being the first day, we expect that these competitions will finish on Friday. We call them C1, C2, C3, C4.
Today, C1.
So today C1. Today, all competitions are supposed to start. How competitions are run, they every morning competitors and experts are briefed on what they are expecting to do for the rest of the day, and then they go on with their tasks. Each competitor is allocated a station for some of the skills areas. For some, the competitors are not stationed at one particular station because they rotate, but it's amazing to see. It's an amazing experience really for the competitors that are here, as well as for the experts that are judging. Yeah.
What are the categories of the competition that exist this year?
The categories are 6, but
Okay.
the skills areas under those categories are 14. Yes, we have automobile technology, bricklaying, cooking, electrical installations, hairdressing, fashion technologies, web technologies, mechatronics, and restaurant services, refrigeration, and air conditioning, wall and floor tiling, and welding. I hope I've mentioned all 14 of them here. Yeah.
And under these, we are seeing about 158 competitors.
Yes, that's 158 competitors.
Yeah.
And over 100 experts
Sure, from all over the country.
from all over the country.
All right. Now, what criteria will be used to judge the competitions this year?
The criteria for judging are usually in the technical descriptions that the experts have already been going through to prepare for the competition, and also to prepare the competitors for how they are going to be judged. Basically, there is a marking system which generates the marks sheets. Each expert will have a marking sheet on where they record the marks, and then the marks are entered back onto the system by assistants. These are volunteers, so as to assure fairness. The experts themselves are not the ones that are entering the marks onto the system. So in the end, the system generates the marks. It aggregates the marks and then generates who is the best for each of the skill area, and then that way we get who wins. So these are the winners that will be awarded on the 30th of September.
Amazing. So we are also using digital technology incorporated with TVET.
Yes, incorporated with TVET.
Yeah.
For the first time, we are using this system.
Yeah.
We have been using a manual system to mark our competitors for the past 2 competitions. But of course, we are upgrading every time, and the aim is to up the game of TVET.
Yeah.
So we are on the digital system this time around.
I'm really happy to see that the national skills especially the national level, are growing bigger and better, especially after having experienced the African or the continental one last year in Swakopmund. Now, one wonders, why is it so necessary to bring a competition of this nature? Why bring all these TVET competitors and students to come and compete to begin with? What are their benefits?
Yes. No, there's a lot of benefits. To begin with, when people come together, you learn a lot from each other. So it's a platform for the young to get together, learn from each other, share experiences. They share a lot of experiences from the TVET sector, training sector that is. They also share a lot or learn a lot from the industry expertise, because the competitions, the participants, some are from the training sector, but we also have some that are from the industry. So they benefit a lot by engaging each other. They benchmark against the standards, and also then they share experiences and create networks and partnerships. Yeah.
Someone who also went to a TVET institution, I wish I had an experience like this where I would engage industry experts as a trainee, because I think I would have benefited so much from it. So that is a great thing that the national skills are doing. Now let's break down the next 3 days. You say today is competition day 1. What does the remaining of the week look like as far as the competition is concerned?
Yes. It's seamless. The competition, the different categories or the skills areas, the competitions are run not necessarily in a similar fashion. Some have a module that starts today and ends on the last day of the competition. And only then you say that module is concluded, and then judgment takes place. But for some, they have different modules that are broken down and assessed at the end of each module. But in the end, the overall marks will then come after the competition, or after the last day of the competition. Mm-hmm. But this event does not only entail the competition, the workshop, the different workshops. Okay. It entails also the exhibitions. We have TVET exhibitions going on around, together with the workshops of the skills areas, where the different players in the TVET sector, be it from the industry, be it from the training sector, come together and exhibit their products and services, thereby showcasing what they are doing and also engaging each other in that fashion, as well as the conference, the TVET conference that's running from today and ends on C3, where we have role players from the TVET fraternity coming together to discuss and share experiences and how they would like to see the TVET grow and TVET contribute to the economic growth of the country.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much for being here, Justina.
Thank you, Elago.
All right. Well, that was Justina Itembu, who is the NSCO 2023 Competition Development Coordinator, and she was just giving us an overview of what competition will look like throughout the course of the week. Today, of course, being C1, meaning it's competition day 1, and it's set to end on competition day 4, that is later this week. Let's now take a look at the following insert.
Good afternoon, Namibia. Earlier on, we were engaging with Elako Shitatala with a very insightful chat she had there. The technical vocational educational training TVET is slowly piercing its way into the corporate world. Very, very needed skills in the emerging industries in Namibia. This morning at the Ongwediva Trade Fair, I went to look around the competitors who, for the past few days, were very excited, very in a competitive mode, how they are coping now that D-Day has arrived, where the actual competition is taking place. I went over to the tiling segment, I went over to bricklaying, and the smiles have faded slowly. Now it's the meticulous precision cutting, the focus of how to get the correct measurements. I am now in somewhat a setup of a restaurant services, also a skill set that we often don't know that it's actually a skill set. Key focuses on customer service, the layout, how you receive customers. Lydia Sinvula is a expert in this field. She has been with the skills competition for quite some time. When we spoke earlier, since 2016, I came here and you could see she is the person in charge. She knows her game around the way you were speaking and explaining to the competitors. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us, Lydia. Restaurant services, how is this a skill?
Thank you very much for the opportunity me given to be on air. Restaurant services is a skill which can be interpreted to the next person who's standing in front of you. Some of the people, they think somebody just walked from home and then you are looking for a job. So, but you are required to have got a skill for you to work in the restaurant. Because the most important aspect, it's when somebody is welcoming you at the entrance. That welcoming, is it present or not? Is welcoming or not? Second aspect, it's customer service. If the customer service is not there, so it means people will be walking away from your restaurant. So I remember a few minutes ago, I wrote on the platform for workshop managers. I'm looking for customers to come and do service, for students to do service on them. They turn up, came a lot. And then I told them, unfortunately, currently now I cannot do that because I'm busy with this one. And then once we are done, you are going to see the flock out of people who will be here to come and do dining out with us. But for today, we are going to do, as we can see behind my back, we are going to do the cocktails, which is different types, which is alcoholic and non-alcoholic. And then in front of me there, we have got barista coffee, where we are going to serve coffee with muffins and snacks. And then once they are done, the competitor, they are going to be given a task where they are going to do fruit carving. And then somebody must ask, what is fruit carving? A fruit carving, it's a skill where a student will be given a fruit, which is a pineapple, orange, which is mandatory for the students, a kiwi or a banana, for them to carve with their own hands without touching the fruits. You are carving with a knife and a fork, and then from there, once you are done, you need to plate them and you make a fruit salad for your customers, which you are going to serve. So that is the task which you are going to do today. And then on my skills area, I've got 12 competitors. We are going to divide 6 for barista, 6 for bar. So that's the way how in our restaurant services area.
Ms. Sinvula, sometimes there is a saying, customer is always correct. Does this training also encompass on how the competitors could deal with a unruly client? I mean, if I have a bit too much of vodka shots and I blew a gasket here, this kind of skill set. Do you go in depth on how they should deal with customers such as those? And what are some of the areas that you look at apart from the fruit carving? Is it the layout of their table, how fast they remove dirty dishes from used utensils from the tables? What are some of the areas overall that you look at, and also to remember the unruliness of some customers?
Okay, thank you very much once again. That the one explained area, that is the first task for today. We are still having 3 days to go. So the other area where they are going to do, they are going to do casual dining, where they are going to sit 2 people on the table and do service from starter, main course and dessert plus wines throughout. And then on the 3rd day, they are going to do banqueting, where they are going to sit 6 people on the table. And then they are going to do, and it differs from meals, how we are going to do service of meals. And then last day, we are going to do fine dining. Fine dining is a normal norm. Wherever you go, people have got fine dining these days. So waitress is going to sit 4 people. So at first I said 2, and then 6, and then 4 on the table. So all of those things the competitor have been trained on. So they are ready to tackle the customer all throughout. And then we have trained them whenever they make a mistake in front of the customer, they need to rectify that mistake by the apology or offer them something else which they can make the customer happy for them to return back next time. And then the other question which you asked me, that norm, it depends from establishment to establishment. Because if I was the one running the rest of my own restaurant, I will take it 50%, and then I'm not going to take it 50%. Because sometimes people, they step in your restaurant, have money. They'll eat. Once they are done, they are blaming the waitresses. So now if you've got that norm of saying the customer is always right, how long are you going to stand and you say the customer, they're always right? So analyze the situation, what really happened, and then as a manager, differentiate whether the customer was right, whether the waitress was right. So that's the way you need to go.
Spoken like a true veteran in the industry. Lydia, before we close, it's restaurant services. Is this a sought-after industry? Person is here now, they'd be the main motivation, or what comes is actually, does it pay? Is it an industry that young people would want to be interested in? It's a physical industry. It requires a lot of standing hours. It requires a lot of human interaction. At the end of the day, is it worth for someone to say, I want to go into TVET and I want to specialize in restaurant services?
I love the question for that. I'm a veteran by profession at certain institution which belongs to NTA. And then I specialize in hospitality, where I do food and beverage, exactly what we are doing here. So I specialize in level 3 and level 4. So it means in level 2, we train our students for a year. And then once they are done, they are going for another year in the industry where we are sending them, in the real environment where they are going to face the customer in reality. You make a mistake, you pay. So I love my industry, to say so. Because my students, they don't stay at home without having jobs. The time when they go for job attachment, when the company realizes you're with a skill, they'll be willing to take you throughout without, they can even call the center of saying, can we have your student? And then we tell them, no, it's impossible. It's impossible because these students, they need to come back to the center and continue with their courses. Yes.
Well, Lydia Sinvula, expert in restaurant services, she had prepared a very beautiful for us that we are going to enjoy now. We will be right back after this insert.
Nestled in the heart of the Oshana region, Ongwediva is not just a town. It's a thriving hub for innovation, skills development, and boundless opportunities. Welcome to Ongwediva, crafting the future. Ongwediva has a unique story to tell, especially in the context of the national skills competition Ongwediva 2023.
We are lucky to have a national skill competition to be hosted in Ongwediva, in the sense that Ongwediva is actually one of the towns in the northern part, which is actually have got a very big population of students.
Here in Ongwediva, we are at the Trade Center. It's also a venue that has met the requirements of staging a competition of this magnitude.
At the core of Ongwediva's narrative are its technical and vocational education and training TVET institutions. These centers of learning have become the lifeblood of the region.
This is where we can get an opportunity to start with our careers.
I started building engines at a very young age with my brother and my father, and then I wanted to pursue a career in automotive. mechanic.
What inspired me most when I was young, I used to tear my clothes, and it led me to like fashion more.
Learning have become the lifeblood of the region. They are where young minds are molded, where hands-on skills are honed, and where dreams take shape.
The winners of this competition will represent Namibia at the next international skills competition, which will take place in Lyon, France, in 2024.
Ongwediva's TVET institutions prepare students for careers in fields as diverse as agriculture, engineering, hospitality, and more.
Some of our mandate is to provide municipal services. We talk of providing electricity, water, road infrastructure, and these things you can only do it when you have got people with proper skills. And then here is the national skills coming to Ongwediva. What a privilege.
As Ongwediva gears up to host the national skills competition Ongwediva 2023, its significance cannot be overstated. This event will put Ongwediva and the Oshana region on the national stage, showcasing their commitment to skills development.
The national skills competition has proven to be one of such events on the Namibian calendar that is appealing particularly to the youth.
The town is buzzing with preparations. Venues are being readied, volunteers are training, and excitement is palpable. It's a moment where skills meet passion, where innovation meets opportunity.
Experts that are trainers in various training institutions are the one heavily involved in setting up this test project, in overseeing the proceedings of the competition, in marking of the competition projects that are being produced. So they have grown in confidence, they have grown in terms of how they are handling training in the training institutions.
So, as we look forward to the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023, remember that it's more than a competition. It's a celebration of dreams taking flight, of skills lighting up the future.
There has been quite a number of value-in-kind involvement from various partners, and we really appreciate and we want them to be with us throughout this journey. Up to such a time we can say now, Namibia is economically liberated. The economy of the country is in the hands of the Namibians because they are well skilled and have developed the capabilities. The country has developed infrastructures and system to run its own economy and to be very competitive with the rest of the world.
That is right. We are coming to you live from the Ongwediva, and this is from the Ongwediva Trade Fair Center, and we are bringing you the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023. Today is competition day 1, and it is being hosted under the 3 pillars, that is the skills competition, exhibitions, as well as the conference where pertinent issues pertaining to TVET are being discussed. But right now I want us to focus more on the exhibition part of the National Skills Competition 2023 that is being hosted here in Ongwediva. And for that I'm joined by Mr. Metumo Nakale, who is a member of the Steering Committee of Sponsorship and Marketing at the NSCO 2023. Mr. Nakalele. Nakaleke.
Yeah.
Pardon me for that mispronunciation.
Yes.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Good afternoon, thank you. Yes.
All right. What can visitors expect to see from the exhibitions that are on display today?
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. We have in total 31 exhibitors on ground that have taken part in the exhibition for the National Skills Competition at Ongwediva 2023. Of this, 18 are training providers, of course, including the public training institution as well as the private institutions. We as well then have 13 sponsors, including service provider, that have just assisted in one way or the other to make this event a success. Well, the public can therefore expect a variety of information and services to be provided by the exhibitor that have taken stands on the ground during the event.
All right. Looking at the exhibitors that you mentioned, being 31 in total, how do they contribute to the overall goals that the National Skills Competition has set?
Oh, thank you very much. As the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Technology and Innovation, yesterday during the opening ceremony strongly dispelled to say technical training is not the last or the last choice of option in terms of career. One of the goals that the exhibitors are doing is typically to practically shows and exhibit finished products and services that they are providing to the nation and to the society.
Out of the exhibitors that you've mentioned, are there any unique ones that you would like to perhaps bring to our attention or to highlight at this year's skills competition?
Yes, thank you very much. We applaud all the exhibitors in their different exhibition categories within their uniqueness nature of the product and services that they are offering. I cannot single-handed out point to one exhibitor, but we applaud, we are very happy. It is indeed a very established fact that without their contribution or participation in this event will never reach its realization and objective. So we are very inclusive and we are appreciative of them all at the same level.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Mr. Nakaleke. It's a pleasure engaging you, and all the best with the rest of the week.
Thank you very much. Thank you talking to you.
All right. I'd like you to just remain seated with me. Okay. All right. Well, that was Mr. Metumo Nakaleke, who is the member of the Steering Committee of Sponsorship and Marketing right here at the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023. Now, apart from the competition, the skills competition that Emil was speaking about earlier, and now the exhibition that I just engaged Mr. Nakaleke on, we also have the skills conference that is taking place right here in Ongwediva at the Trade Fair Center. And for now, I'd like to cross over to Selima Henok, who is on standby to give us more details on that.
So we are here at the KK Hall, where in the background you can see that the competitors are busy with their practicals. And just close to us we have the conference, the TVET conference, where different experts and industry players are talking about the TVET sector, and also just looking at different opportunities that are available in the TVET sector for the graduates. And also just, I think the topic that is standing out is entrepreneurship for the TVET graduates. It also, the speakers were just talking about not just looking at the fact of teaching these graduates to be able to create employment or to create employment for themselves, but the fact of having lecturers or people that will mentor them in terms of making sure that when they get out there with the skills that they have, they know how to go about entrepreneurship, and also just not creating employment for themselves, but creating employment for their communities as well. So the conference is ongoing, and we have different experts that are just elaborating on the importance of the sector in general, and also just how they can enhance the TVET sector, and also just looking at different opportunities that are available in the TVET sector as well. We have different speakers from the industry. We also had the Deputy Minister just talk about the opportunities that are available in the industry as well. We have also some graduates that are also attending the conference and just learning on the opportunities that are available for them. So we'll keep you up to date with the conference and the activities that we'll be having and discussions that they will also be having as well. So it's back to Elao.
It is day one of the National Skills Competition from the Ongwediva Trade Fair in Ongwediva in the Oshana region. It's a delight to be here. The competitors actively taking part in their various skill sets. The opening ceremony took place yesterday. Today the competition started. The smiles have faded, as I've said earlier. Everyone is focusing on what needs to be done to be crowned the victor in their various skill sets. I am at the Automobile Technologies. It seems it's the only skill set that is yet to kick off. And joining me is Grant, the chief expert at the Automobile Technologies. How are you, sir? And what seems to be the hold up here?
Okay, thank you very much. We are here at the Automobile Technology skills area. We did not yet start at the moment. We are just putting on everything in place. We are trying to put on the faults in these vehicles which you can see around here. Those faults can help us to find out who can be the actual winner. So if we induce the fault, the candidate or the competitor must come and find out what's wrong with the vehicle, then later on it must be able to start. Yes.
How many days do they have to figure out what is the... So just to summarize for the viewers, this is quite exciting. What is being done now at the Automobile Technologies is that mechanics, the skilled ones, are creating faults in these cars. So the mechanics must come after these guys are done and figure out what is the problem with this car. He must be able to ignite this car and then start this car after these guys made it faulty. Grant, this is very exciting. How many competitors do you have, and are you excited to see what will happen here?
Yes, we have competitors, including one correction services. So we're excited that, in the sense that we expect them to quickly diagnose the fault in 1 hour 30 minutes. Induce is the engine not cranking, or engine is quite, nothing is happening. So in 1 hour 30 minutes, the candidate must figure out what's really wrong with that vehicle. Then they will move to another problem again, which we are going to induce.
The competition runs until Friday, with the prize giving being on Saturday.
Yes.
Can you give us a layout of what we can expect during these days?
Okay, as I said earlier, the first day today is diagnostics. The candidates or the competitors, they will do diagnostics. After diagnostics, the following day is engine mechanical. They are going to open the engine, dismantle it, inspect it, and do some measurement inside. After measurements, they have to put it back within certain time. So we are going to put them a duration to do that. Then on the other day, they are going to do the lighting and the lights and the window problems. So we are going to induce some faults that the lights are not working on the vehicle. It can be the headlights, it can be the tail lights. The candidate must come, or the competitor must come in and figure out what's wrong. That is about the lights. Then the windows also to be the same. Maybe the front window for the driver is not working, or the rear window for the driver or for the passenger is not working. So we must induce such. And lastly, it will be about the components. They must be able to test components also as the competitors.
Exciting. You are an expert. I'm sure if you were given these challenges, it would take you less than 1 hour 45 minutes to complete this. Just finally, it's Automobile Technologies, it's TVET, it's skills, it requires manual labor. I need to ask this, or put this question to every expert that I speak to. Is this industry in demand currently in Namibia?
It has started to be on demand now. I think due to lack of employment, people have started to realize the only way to go is about TVET. They have started to realize that go with certain papers and you cannot do something with your hands, then you cannot do anything in this country, then you cannot work and you'll be unemployed. So TVET is the only answer to go forward. Yes.
Grant, chief expert at the Automobile Technology. The only way to beat unemployment is to opt for TVET. Yesterday, it was said no other career fronts vocational skills or careers in this area. We will be right back. This.
Hello to you all. Firstly, I would like to pass my deepest thanks to Honourable Deputy Prime Minister Nandi Ndaitwah, Honourable Minister, colleague and friend Dr. Kanji Marangi, Honourable Governor Irimari, His Worship Mayor Shalyefu, Ms Kaimu and Mr Matumba for inviting me to address you today. It's a great privilege, and I only wish I could be with you there in person as I was for WorldSkills Africa Swakopmund 2022. I have so many wonderful memories from a highly successful competition in a beautiful country, which is why, on behalf of WorldSkills International, I am delighted to welcome you to this opening ceremony of the National Namibian Skills Competition 2023. Even before WorldSkills Namibia became a member in 2011, you demonstrated your huge passion for skills. Since then, you've been unwavering in your commitment to our global movement. You have been a strong voice within your wonderful country, advocating that young people should have greater access to high quality technical and vocational education and training. You have acted as an inspiring role model for other members in our global skills community. We only need to look at the impressive way you hosted WorldSkills Africa Swakopmund 2022, when you welcomed more than 70 competitors to Namibia to take part in 16 skill competitions. Those who came to the event or heard about it through the national media coverage will be in no doubt about the exceptional talent that is emerging from this great continent. And you have been a driving force alongside the African Union and WorldSkills International to establish a WorldSkills Africa regional organisation, an organisation that can connect all skilled young people with the needs of African industries and produce a prosperous future for all. An organisation that can build the capacity of trainers and lift standards of vet education across nations and regions. Skills development in Africa is and will remain a priority for all of WorldSkills. In Namibia, under 25-year-olds already represent almost 6 out of every 10 people. Development and prosperity is firmly in their hands. We must invest in them, we must nurture them, and we must give them the right skills to meet the future. But for now, let's think about today and celebrate these young competitors before us. You young people have got to the national finals, and you are already an inspiration to all of us. Now you have a chance to showcase your skills on a national platform. May I wish you the very best of luck for the WorldSkills Namibian National Skills Competition 2023. We all stand with you, shoulder to shoulder, as you compete. Because together, we are WorldSkills. Thank you, and good luck to you all.
Well, that was the president of WorldSkills, Chris Humphreys, telling us that together we are WorldSkills. We are continuing with the broadcast here at the Ongwediva Trade Fair Center in regards to the National Skills Competition. This is the Ongwediva 2023 edition. Right now, I am joined by Mr. Richard Karuhab from the Water Technology. He is the expert in that skill set. And this year, they are not competing, but rather demonstrating. Mr. Karuhab, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. The first question is, why is Water Technology not competing this year?
Okay, Water Technology is the new skilled registered on the International World Skills Competition space. And Namoda is the only place, the only center, HRDC, which is having that water technology training. So we thought for this competition will only have demonstration just to showcase, and with the next one we will have competition in it.
All right. So at the National Skills 2024, we expect the skill set to be competing.
Definitely, there will be a competition.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Right now, we have a camera right there at the water technology stand. What is happening there right now? Since they are not competing, they are demonstrating. What kind of demonstrations are we seeing?
Okay, what they are demonstrating is what the competitor was supposed to do in the competition, so that the students that are coming, they will know what to expect next time. So what they are doing is actually the former students who already qualified as water artisans, so which are assisting us with the demonstration. So what that one is doing is he is now testing the phosphate content. So in terms of water quality. So one of parameters of the skills is the phosphate determination by way of the white one is the spectrophotometer to determine what the contents of phosphate is. After determining it, she will later on draw a curve, and from that curve she will read now what is the contents of the phosphate and have to calculate. So it's the one part of it. Okay. Yes. Then it's another one that they are doing, that the others are doing is also the flocculation test, which is now that side. That is a flocculation test that the sea is doing. Now that one is now to determine how much chemicals can we add in water, so that we are not adding too much or also less. So what that test is giving us at the end of the day is the chemicals that we are adding is corrosive, and it will drop down the pH of water. And later on, because the pH will drop down, then the water will be corrosive, the pipeline will be rusted, and it will later on having an effect on the maintenance of it. So we have to optimize it to put the pH again down to neutralize it.
What kind of water are we speaking about here that is being treated? Yeah. Where is the water from?
That one is now potable water side. Okay. Now on the other side of the world skills, the test that we are assessing is actually the purification of it, whereby we are using the new technology to purify the water. It's now the wastewater treatment, which we are simulating also to test how they can conserve the water and how can they prevent so that it must not be disposed untreated.
Okay.
Yes.
Considering that there is no competition, as I mentioned earlier, at the water technology station, what will the rest of the week look like at the station?
Yeah. At the station, there is a demonstration. Yeah. As we said, this is the one part. On the other side, we have the environmentally discovery system, which is automated. So that system is where we are also demonstrating to explain the different public, even the students. There is a valve also, pneumatic valves, that we are actually demonstrating. So that one is for the public very important to know that nowadays we are moving to the fourth industrial revolution. And that one is now most of the plants in Namibia, they are not fixed with that one. So we are demonstrating it that there is a technology available in the industry outside there that the industries can again use it to implement in the processes in terms of how to manage the water effectively and efficiently.
All right. Yes. Have there been visitors coming to the station, and what are their views?
Yeah, the views is that the technology is actually appealing, even though it is new. But anything which is appealing and new, okay, there is expenses which is there. So there are interest from the investors to utilize that new technology. Even from the training perspective, there are a lot of interest to undergo that type of training.
All right. Mr. Karukhab, thank you so much for speaking to us today.
It was a pleasure
having
me here.
Well, that was Richard Karuhab, who is the water technology expert, and he was just engaging us on what is taking place at their station. And he also just emphasized that this year the water technology is not competing in the national skills. However, they are demonstrating what the competitors would have been doing. But he is also assuring us that come next year, that is National Skills 2024, surely that type of skill set will be taking part in the competition. Well, that then also brings us to today's broadcast of the midday slot of the National Skills Competition Ongwediva 2023. We will make sure to be back here tomorrow again, that is in the afternoon from 12 to 1, to bring you all the interviews, all the updates on competition day 2. Not only the competition, but the exhibition, as well as the conference that's taking place here at Ongwediva. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, enjoy your further viewing on NBC.
Be a man of bravery, kaukweka seke kwaha. Be a man of bravery, kaukweka seke kwaha. This is what you are, kaukweka sahoka. This is what